Okay, Susi Roos joins us right now, and I want you guys to stay with me here because this is something I know very little about, but I'm impressed by the people I bring on this show. You've seen Dr. Lee Cowden and now Susi Roos. We are an energy system as well as a biochemical organism. It's one of the chapter headings in this book. It's called Harnessing the Power of the Mind for Healing. How do you optimally heal? We hear that you take anti-inflammatories, you take pain medicine and so forth, but how do you heal? Thank you for coming in and sitting down with us. You're from Illinois.
I'm from the Chicago area.
From the Chicago area. You're a long way from here. It's an honor to talk with you.
Well, thank you for having me here.
What was the impetus of this book? Now, you're an RN, right?
Yes.
So here's an RN working in an emergency room. How did you make that transition from, sewing up wounds to writing a book this powerful?
Well, I began seeing that even in emergency medicine, there was something more acting than just their chemistry and what was going on with wounds and illnesses. Why did this one heal? Why didn't this one heal? And as I progressed in my nursing career, I realized how disempowered so many people are through our conventional medical system. They're given diagnoses that are almost like death sentences.
And often they are.
And
go home and get your affairs in order.
And if you buy into that and don't know that you can change your whole physiology through your thoughts, your emotions, your expectations, you're missing out on a very powerful regenerative process in your body.
Susi, I see you have a master's in divinity also. Where does prayer fit into this? For example, so many people have called our show after hours, left messages with all the staff that answer the phones and so forth, and said, I was down and out. I was told I have 13 weeks left to live with a bad cancer. And I'm telling you, I called my friends and said, do you pray? Yeah, I pray. Let's get a group together and start praying. Is that what you're talking about when you're talking about a power different than...
That's one part of it, yes. That kind of delves into the realm of quantum physics. Really? It's very neat that quantum physics is now telling us that all these ancient truths that come from the different religious philosophies, we're all one, we're all connected, love heals, there's no power greater than love. That's what's being shown in the laboratories now, the quantum physics laboratories. It's very exciting. So prayer uses this energy. It's actually like photon energy of quantum physics.
I'm so glad to think that I, Doug Kaufman, am in the quantum physics realm, because I'm a prayer. I mean,
yes,
I really believe
absolutely.
in that. That is, now, this is fascinating because this is a compilation of work from brilliant scientists from all over the United States. Kind of what I did in my book. This guy said antibiotics are mycotoxins. This guy said mycotoxins can hurt you. And I slammed them together. And this is kind of what you did, was took from the best of the best,
yes,
and you created a hypothesis, and then you satisfied it in this book. If Susi Roos was in a horrible accident and was injured, how would you, differently than another person in a hospital, how would you start about the healing process?
Well, first we'd obviously want to stabilize any immediate physical conditions.
Stop the bleeding, right?
That's the power of Western medicine, is to do that acute care. So once things are stabilized, because you have to have a system to work with, then we would begin looking at what are my fears about what's happening, what are my expectations, because quantum physics tells us that what you expect is often what manifests. And we'd want to look consciously, like I could be consciously saying, I'm going to beat this, I'm going to heal, I'm going to walk again, or whatever the case is. But I could have a subconscious belief that says, I deserve to die, or I'll never get better. And those subconscious programs run a tremendous amount of our physiology. So that's where mind-body medicine comes in. We actually want to look at where are your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs. Are we carrying, you talk a lot about toxins, right?
Sure.
What about all the toxic thoughts that we hold? Thoughts of shame or guilt or anger or unforgiveness. All of that is playing out biochemically in our bodies.
I remember reading, it must have been People magazine or something, Patrick Swayze, who ended up dying years later after being diagnosed with a bad pancreatic cancer, said, all I was hearing around me, I think it was him, was negativity. As the worst kind of cancer, only 2% or 3% of the people heal from it. And he said, I decided to shut that off and turn a whole different mentality on. And I think that's what this book is all about. You simply must read this, Harnessing the Power of the Mind for Healing by Susi Roos. I really appreciate you coming in today and sharing that with us.
Thank you so much.
Don't go away, my friends. We'll be right back with more.
Thank you.
Awesome.